Hello everyone. Welcome to channel The Teachings of Buddha. Today, we will learn about the practitioner Thich Minh II. What profound lessons have we drawn from practitioner Thich Minh II in everyday life? Dhutanga is one of the ascetic pathways that help practitioners cultivate their minds and bodies, as well as shake off all seductive defilements. In the Buddha's time, a large number of his disciples practiced Dhutanga and subsequently attained enlightenment. Among those, Venerable Mahakassapa is the foremost holy monk in practicing Dhutanga. Even though arduous, practicing Dhutanga tremendously supports the practitioners in their cultivation journey to enlightenment. Moreover, if someone genuinely practices Dhutanga, the Buddha Dharma will surely stay long-lasting in this world, benefiting all sentient beings. Practitioner Thich Minh II said that he is not a Buddhist monk, does not practice, and is not a member of any pagodas or monastery of Vietnamese Buddhist congregation. Over the past years, he only listened to the teachings of Shakyamuni Buddha and learned to practice the Dhutta rules. This practice has 13 ascetic methods, of which Dhutta rules is one of the highest and most classic methods of Buddhism. The Dhutta practitioners accept difficulties in matters of food, clothing, begging for alms, eating one meal a day in the morning, not accepting money offerings, refusing all comforts. To practice Dhutta rules, practitioner Thich Minh II started walking to many provinces and cities in 2017. At first, he sometimes traveled by bus. From 2020 up to now, he has always walked absolutely, only occasionally traveling by water and having to use a boat or ferry across the river. Up to now, he has set food in almost every region of the country. Only 3 provinces, Tay Ninh, Tra Vinh, Ben Tri, which have not been to because these localities are not on the main street. From 2017 to 2023, he took 3 barefoot pilgrimages from the south to the north and back. During this period, his alms receiving and pilgrimage practices went smoothly and favorably, and did not cause social disorder. 2024, he made his 4th barefoot journey from Can Hoa province in south-central Vietnam, heading to Cao Bang and Ha Giang provinces in the northern region. Over the past 6 years, practitioner Thich Minh II has not contacted his family because he himself practices, so he does not use the phone. However, he said, he always puts his family in his heart and always remembers his parents' gratitude through prayer. He confided, "I pray for my parents to be safe and lucky. I don't have any property or material things, but I give my relatives the belief that I will never make my parents suffer. For example, things that violate the law." Part 1. What is Dhutanga, the 13 noble ascetic practices praised by the Buddha? 1. Wearing robes of rags. Robes of rags are made of dusting rags sewn together. Those are the remaining pieces of cloth used to wrap the corpses after the cremation and were thrown away in the cemetery or hospitals, etc. Those could also be the rags scattering over the ground after being dragged in by dogs or birds. The ascetics will collect those rags, carefully wash, and then sew them together into a wearable robe. This helps the ascetics be independent of the offerings of the givers. 2. Wearing only 3 robes. A Dhutanga practitioner only possesses 3 robes, namely an outer robe to cover the outside, an upper robe, and an inner garment. Throughout a lifetime as a monk, an ascetic just has those 3 robes, which would be mended in case of being torn. He can only change to another when the robes are beyond repair. 3. Living on alms. The Dhutanga practice of living on alms means that an ascetic must hold a bowl to walk for alms mendicancy without waiting for the giver's invitation. Alms round is tremendously beneficial for the mendicants, for example, helping to free their minds from attachment, reduce defilements, eliminate arrogance, cultivate perseverance, tolerate criticism, and especially create opportunities to guide sentient beings into the ocean of the Buddha Dharma. 4. Walking for alms house to house. An ascetic walks for alms sequentially from house to house without skipping any. He does not discriminate between the rich and the poor, nor choose or criticize the food he receives. 5. Eating at one sitting. After the alms round, the practitioner only sits to eat once a day. After standing up, they will not eat anymore, even if someone comes to offer additional alms. 6. Eating from an alms bowl. As in the Buddha's time, monks only eat their collected food from their alms bowls. 7. Never setting aside food. In the 7th practice, after the ascetic has finished his meal, any leftover food or additional offerings from the alms givers are not kept for the next day. Therefore, monks only collect enough alms for one meal. 8. Dwelling in the forest. Forests are exceptionally valuable for the ascetics. Forests are quiet and tranquil, hence, perfectly suitable for the ascetics to practice meditation, discipline themselves, and eliminate all the secular desires. In addition, practicing in the forest can help the ascetics eliminate all inner defilements and overcome the fear of snakes, centipedes, poisonous insects, heavy rains, and fierce winds. 9. Living under the tree. The ascetics practice the Dharma under a tree. However, after every 3 nights, he has to move to another place in order not to grow attached to any comfortable sleeping place. 10. Dwelling in the outdoors. When a monk observes Dhutanga, regardless of extreme weather conditions, he must stay outdoors and must not seek any shelter. If his mind starts to be shaken and his feelings emerge, he must let go of them to purify the mind by himself. 11. Dwelling in the cemetery. An ascetic resides in the cemetery to combat his own fears and face the ghosts. 12. Being able to rest in any place. Being able to rest in any place means that the ascetic practices adapting to situations, rather than being picky about his resting environment. The sleeping place can be near a haystack, a tree, a buffalo cage, or anywhere else. 13. Never lying down for sleep. This practice is exceptionally difficult as the ascetics are only allowed to sleep in sitting positions, lotus positions, walking, or standing without lying down. Part 2. It's sayings of Practitioner Thich Minh 2 that make us reflect. 1. I practice monastic life to seek liberation. 2. Every day, I only ask for one meal, and I do not accept money from anyone. 3. The clothes I wear are made from fabric I collect from cemeteries, roadsides, and trash bins. 4. The alms bowl I use is fashioned from a rice cooker given to me. 5. Life is impermanent. Living today and dying tomorrow is uncertain, so I must practice early. If I die tomorrow, I will no longer have the opportunity to practice. 6. I hope to attain enlightenment soon, so that I can repay my parents' kindness. 7. Now, I see everyone as my brothers, sisters, and parents. 8. My heart no longer harbors selfishness or hatred. I regard everyone in the world as equal. 9. Now, even if you curse me, I still consider you a friend. 10. If someone hits me, I still wish them well. 11. Everyone should strive to uphold the 5 precepts. Do not kill. Do not steal. Do not commit adultery. Do not lie. Do not drink alcohol. 12. I wish happiness upon everyone. 13. Do not bow to me, but bow to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. 14. For me, all walking journeys are not difficult. When moving, if your mind is peaceful and happy, and you can overcome obstacles ahead. 15. My journey is to walk for the rest of my life. The purpose is to convey something, because everything in Buddhism has been taught by Shakyamuni Buddha. I just want to practice the Buddha's teachings to help perfect myself. When walking, I always wish for everyone to be happy and live happily with their family. Part 3. What profound lessons have we drawn from Practitioner Thich Minh 2 in everyday life? 1. Patience. This is a virtue that almost determines a person's success. 2. We realize that the surrounding environment does not need to change. Just live naturally. If someone makes you uncomfortable, avoid them. If someone has wronged you, try to forget it. The issue is that you must be determined to change yourself. Find ways to create good habits, strive to maintain a positive spirit, and focus on beautiful things. When you change, the surroundings will naturally change as well. 3. Arguments, winning and losing, competition, conflicts, and gains and losses are no longer important. They are meaningless and only bring negative energy. Naturally, we will develop humility, self-awareness, and an understanding that the truth of life is very simple and easy to live. 4. To live, to breathe, to go through the whole day, while the monk only eats one simple vegetarian meal and drinks a few sips of water. Thus, material things are not very important. Money is not the goal for happiness, but everything is just a means. What matters is how it is used. 5. Fame and reputation will come naturally if we are patient and absolutely sincere with our work. Practitioner Thich Minh 2 is an example of this. He has no power, titles, houses, or money, yet he is very famous. There are still many things for us to learn from this wonderful practitioner: letting go, observing precepts, mindfulness, compassion. This is the path to attain enlightenment in everyday life.